People call me up, usually from another part of the world, and say I'd like a Weissenborn guitar or a mandolin or a bouzouki or one of those folky type instruments. When I started out, say 20 odd years ago, I was making mandolins, harps, bowrons, bouzouki's, octave mandolins, all manner of guitars, stringed instruments, and then I've gradually narrowed it down to a kind of a niche market for acoustic slide instruments and mandolins and bouzouki. So that's basically what I do most of now. I think the secret is to treat every single piece of wood with as much care as you can. People like me tend to be obsessed by wood, so when I go to see someone who's selling wood, there's a lot of this sort of carry on. You know, first of all, I'm checking the grain to make sure it's all quarter sawn, and then there's this sort of thing, which is a lot of tapping. I'm listening for different tones in the wood. You might hear one note, 2 or 3 notes coming out of that. I mean, this is pretty good because it's quite resonant, so that would be good. This piece of rosewood would be good for a back and sides. When a prospective player comes along and picks up your instrument, it has to feel comfortable in their hands. So you have to make sure that everything here is nice and smooth and that the hand just wants to grab it and play it, and it wants to sit in your lap. And the next thing is, it's got to have a good sound. There is a common denominator in my customer base. They are normally from the United States. They've normally moved through different styles of guitar playing, but they're looking for something a little bit different. They've usually got a couple of really good, like Martins or Gibsons, and so they're looking for a different sound. They might be, you know, looking for a sort of a Weissenborn, a folky sound to add to the group of instruments that they already have. There are 1 or 2 people touring heavily with my instrument. People like David Lindley, he's got 2 of these, which are his main touring instruments. Danny Spitz from Anthrax, quite an unlikely character to have a Weissenborn, but he is also the owner of a Burgin. The Weissenborn is quite an old-fashioned instrument. It was designed in the early 1900s when a Hawaiian music craze was sweeping the United States. So Herman Weissenborn started building guitars specifically for slide guitar music. They've got a tone chamber that carries on out here, so it's all hollow. You can't play it like a regular instrument. The best thing is string up day. Okay, string up day. When you normally, the night before, you've prepared everything, left the instrument out, it's ready to have its, maybe its tuners and the bone saddle put in. You're always waiting for that magic moment when the strings go on and you find out what it sounds like. And each instrument has a different voice. After about an hour or so, not solid playing, mind you, but you know, a bit of twiddling around, you know, they start to open out, and it's just, it's part of the attractive mystery of the whole thing.
And what's that feeling like when an instrument's gone out and left you?
Oh, it's tragic. Especially if it's one that you've really put a lot into.